absolutely stunning is this? My sister got it for me for Christmas, and I figured it was absolutely fitting for this video. So we're going to put this up here on display. Hopefully that stays there, specifically for this video. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you the 9th episode in my Pan More with Feeling project Pan. Quick reminder, this is my Buffy the Vampire Slayer focused project Pan, inspired by Pan Interrupted by Jessica and Amanda, who I'll have linked down below. And the goal is to pan an item for every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I am currently in season 2, and unfortunately we won't be rolling anything new into this update. We have a bit of a mixed bag here. Some items we haven't touched at all, and some that I've got quite a lot of use out of, but let's jump in and talk about them. If you are interested in seeing the recaps for each episode, make sure you go back and watch all my videos from the start. I'll have that playlist linked up in the cards and down in the description. First up, for season 1, episode 5, Never Kill a Boy on the First Date, we have still been working. Not really, I haven't touched it, so it's not classed as working, on this secret cuticle oil. I will put some details up here for your information, but I still am unable to find my scale, so these are not going to be weighed for this update. But like I said, this particular item I haven't touched at all. I actually had a lot of use the second update that this was in, and since then I have had little to none. So I definitely need to reconfigure my brain back to utilizing this more often. And considering I'm now back to painting my nails on a semi-regular basis, I think I can start to incorporate this into at least my daily routine. Then for season 1, episode 10, I actually forgot that this item was in the project. This is my Inoxa anti-aging sleep mask, and like I said, I forgot this was in my project, and it was actually shoved right at the back of my beauty stuff that I have kept over here on my desk. So I definitely need to bring this to the forefront and try a bit harder to do it more regularly. As you remember, we did change the usage goal on this because it can't be used daily, but I need to get back into using it at least every second day or so. So I'm going to put this in a more prominent location, and hopefully that will help to remind me to touch it. The next item, I'm pleased to say we've actually had quite a lot of use on. So we're moving into season 2, episode 4, which is Inca Mummy Girl. And we've been working on this Sunken Original Hydrating Mist Toner. I am pleased to say that I've used this 12 times since the last update, and those 12 uses actually got us down to here. So last update we were up here, and now we are down here. My goal is to completely use this up, and if I continue to use this before doing my makeup most days, I think that this is going to be achievable, but it is going to be a long haul product. Then for season 2, episode 9, What's My Line part 1, we were working on an eyeshadow palette from the I Heart Revolution popcorn palette, or the sweet and tasty popcorn palette, and specifically the eyeshadow sequel, which is this one just in here. As you can see, there is a bit of a dip forming. I cannot remember if I took a photo after last update, but if I did, I will put it down here in a comparison one to this update so you can see how we are tracking. My goal is to hit pan, and I have used it 3 times since the last update. In fact, I am wearing it on my eyes today. It is the transition, I guess, connection shade between this bright red and my outer corner right here on the edge. So I do have this on my eyes today, and we have used it for an additional 3 uses. Then season 2, episode 10, What's My Line, part 2, we are working on another eyeshadow, and this one is from my Essence Villains Evil Queen palette, and specifically we're working on this middle red shade in here, which is called Beautiful and Deadly. Once again, my goal is to hit pan, and this is the shade I have on my inner lid today. I've only used it twice since the last update, and once again, if I have pictures, I will do a comparison between last update and this update. But I do have a bit to go before we hit pan, but it is a beautiful red shimmer shade. And last but not least, for season 2, episode 11, Ted, we are working on another eyeshadow, and this is from my XX Revolution The Matrix Trinity Luxe palette, and specifically we are working on this shade down here, which is the shade Machine. Once again, I will have comparison pictures over here, and once again, I'm also wearing this on my eyes today. I haven't got much on, but I do have it on my inner corner, and because I haven't packed it on, I think it comes across more of the gold shade than the green in this color. I've used it 7 times since the last update, and we do have a pretty decent dip in here, but a long ways to go until we hit pan. So like I said, we're not going to be rolling in any new products, any new episodes this update, but I am pleased with the amount of use I'm having on my eyeshadows, though I really do need to get back to using these products because, as I noted, I haven't touched these at all since the last update. And in fact, I haven't used this one for the last 4 to 5 updates. So I really need to get onto these or make the decision to veto these out of the project. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comments. But that's all I've got for you today. So I'm Verity. This was my 9th update in my Pan More With Feeling project pan. And now to the outro.